Mount Rainier in the distance. There are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Seattle Seahawks. Is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercising before this one, and they're paying off.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Woods, the receiver, in motion right. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run with Hines. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Draw play. This is Hines. And he struggles to get a yard here. Maybe a yard down at the 31.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
Come on. Hey.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To the air, Allen. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. "43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Walker now on 1st and 10. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Here's Smith. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Seahawks at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now a toss to Singletary running to the left. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
On the delay, here's Hines. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
And right side, they're going to go option here. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll fake it. Now Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
They'll start with the option. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. From the gun, it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing is Allen on third. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable for Lockett. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
Yeah, he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20.
It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 40 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Oh, they'll get this to Metcalf on the jet sweep.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
On second down, it's Walker.
And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that's going to tie us at 13. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Allen. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Now Allen. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Okay, ready?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Taken down at the 42.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
back to Singletary on second down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On third down, they go with Singletary. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now the up man has it. It's a fake.
4th and short in this part of the field. You just notice special teams coordinators rallying the team saying, watch the fake, watch the fake. But Brandon, don't they usually say that on every punting situation?
Oh, yeah, they can be up 40 in the 4th quarter. That's their job. They scream that every time.
And this time, though, his team locked in, and they were well aware that it truly was a situation that they could fake it. And they were ready for it and stopped it.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Smith. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Geno on first down. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Gregory Rousseau. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
3rd and long, it's Smith. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good, and they have regained the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
This is Hines. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
They'll run for it with Hines. And he lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost like, it's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Throwing on first down is Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 69 yards. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Panther 11. 19 Tiger. Hurry.
The final shot here before break. Smith. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. A gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
On 1st and 10, Smith. He completes this to Walker. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Walker. And some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
This thrown quickly out to Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL.
Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker. They're thinking it right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept them in the game.
He sure has, and that offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
On 2nd and 15 now. Allen. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now it's Lockett. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And the ball is knocked out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Singletary to get the drive started. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
They go right back to Singletary. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Allen going to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
They'll toss this out right to Walker.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
18 Cardinal. Ready?
Off of play action. Here's Smith.
This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taken from just outside the 30. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he can't out-connect.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. Now Geno.
This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Now it's Hines. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss pass, and now 3rd and 12.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
They run again with Hines. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Returnable for Lockett.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. On the counter, it's Walker. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for some...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The kick by Elliott is good, and they have regained the lead. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The Bills send the punter out, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Smith now to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is taken at about the 14. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
And he'll find forward to about the 27-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They run with Hines, and he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
48 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Singletary. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Tershawn Wharton, the one to get him to the ground on the defensive side.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, they might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
On 1st down, Allen going right back to Knox, and again a completion. On the move past the 40. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone as that pushes the lead up to 6. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing now is Geno. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. From the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. 4th quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago, and it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining. Finding Knox there, complete, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Hines. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, 4th quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Allen to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
To throw is Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Bills are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. The extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Smith. And Walker has it. Finding room in midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Now Smith. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Von Miller in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Smith. He's going to let it fly. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Let's go now.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Smith now to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Elliott now to have the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Time definitely of the essence now. Just under a minute to play, and here we go. And this is going to be recovered by the Bills, and that should all but do it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. A give, Singletary right side. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. An excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Buffalo, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they too will leave here at 1-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.